We need a traffic report and a restaurant report. How was the traffic coming in?
It was not good.
It's not good. All right, that's official. Thank you from the St. Louis Classic Company Traffic Center.
And I love the cover of the new Feast mag.
Thank you. Yes, I brought you guys copies because Thanksgiving, believe it or not, is next week.
Next Thursday.
Crazy.
Yes, and so there's lots of great recipe ideas. I know McGraw has Thanksgiving all buttoned up because he's probably going to smoke a turkey.
I am going to smoke a turkey.
Yeah. How did I know that?
Yes, because you gave me the courage to smoke a turkey years ago.
And I'm actually hosting Thanksgiving, Cat Neville.
You are?
Yes.
What are you going to make?
I'm cooking.
You're going to cook?
Well, it's a whole family affair because my peeps, they can all cook. We're doing ham, turkey, oyster dressing.
You're doing oyster dressing. That's very traditional.
Yes. My sister's doing that.
Nice.
Yeah. My brother's doing mac and cheese, which is kind of our thing.
Which is
years.
traditional.
Yeah. I know. It isn't, but we're doing it.
With the powdered cheese, the good stuff?
Oh, God.
No.
That's the high rent
That
district
is
right
the good
there.
stuff. Yeah. They only powder the best cheese.
Yeah, cheese powder. All right, let's get started. What do we need to know about the magazine? We're good, but let's start with a couple restaurants.
Yes,
All right.
I have something old and something new. Which would you like first?
Let's start with something old like me.
You're not old,
No.
McGraw. All right, so the first one is Porter's Steakhouse in Collinsville.
Okay.
And so the reason why they just changed up their menu, and it really is a longtime favorite. I have a friend who is the sommelier there. His name is Jeff, and he has been there since 1998. And it is located at 1000 Eastport Plaza Drive. It's at the Doubletree Hotel. And so especially getting near the holidays, people are very interested in kind of classic foods, places they can take their family. A lot of people are always asking me, where can I go when I have my family in town? And so Porter's is a classic steakhouse in the very best sense. And it is kind of upscale, but still casual. The service is extremely well informed. And the food they have on the menu, clearly, it's very focused on steaks. They have everything from their grilled pepperloin, where they marinate this beef tenderloin, which is where you get filet mignon, for 2 entire days. It's incredibly tender. You can also get like 14-ounce bone-in ribeyes, 22-ounce bone-in ribeyes. You can get this peppercorn-encrusted strip steak, a steak à poivre, and, it comes with this cognac sauce, delicious, super classic. But then they have also just some fun new kind of like modern steakhouse things on the menu. For example, they have this wonderful pork belly and day boat scallop dish on the appetizer menu that has a little bit of a Fuji apple that has been cooked in with bourbon, and so you have the sweetness of the apple and then that richness of the pork belly. There's some basil on there. It's really, really nice. They have lobster tater tots on the menu where they take the lobster claw meat and they mix that with potato, deep fry it. They serve it on just a little bit of a creamy sauce, and then that has this wonderful, almost Asian style, kind of a sweet kind of drizzle on the side. It's lovely. They have a bunch of terrific salads, including one that is the wild mushroom and asparagus salad. It's hearty and very healthy at the same time. But I mentioned that Jeff is a sommelier, and I mean, he has the old school cart that he takes around to the different tables, and you don't see that anymore.
No,
and he is incredibly knowledgeable and a wonderful guy, and their wine list is very extensive, and it ranges from really terrific bottles of champagne and sparkling wine to really nice white selections. When I was there, I had a Trefethen Chardonnay, which I'm not a big fan of American-style Chardonnays, which are big and buttery, but this was more in the French style, so it had, just wonderful kind of fruity notes. And then they also do, they have a terrific, wines that pair with steak. So really wonderful red wine selection and dessert wines as well. So it's a classic, and it's definitely worth visiting.
Porter's Steakhouse in Collinsville, right next to the Gateway Convention Center there, where they hold the woodworking show every year.
Woodworking.
That's important to know. Right there in the
course.
Doubletree Hotel. Porter's Steakhouse, right there where was it, 55 and 255 sort of merge right there? It's all
Yes.
right there. The Doubletree's
Yeah, it's
right there.
actually only maybe 15 minutes from downtown.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
live very close to downtown,
Yeah.
and it's closer for me to get, it's about the same amount of time for me to get here as
Yeah.
it is for me to get there. So
Right.
the idea that it's in Illinois,
Right.
it's not that far.
Across the
Yeah.
river.
It's just across the river.
All right, what else you got?
So the second one is brand new at 4611 Mackland, on that kind of new area that is just burgeoning. It's called the Copper Pig. And so right there is Russell's on Mackland and the Mac, which is this old school bar. There's also Anesto is right in that neighborhood.
Yeah, okay,
if you're
right. Yeah.
familiar with that.
Yeah.
And so the Copper Pig, it's been kind
a
of
great name.
Grapeseed is also there. So it's been building out for a while, and Nat, who's the owner, he had a bar that was on South Grand for a good decade, and so now he has brought the Copper Pig, and it sounds like it would be maybe a barbecue joint, but it's not. He's, I believe, of Vietnamese descent, and so the menu has all of these great kind of Asian flavors, which I adore, and so there's everything from like a shrimp, like almost like a sausage, the way that we like a minced and flavored, shrimp paste that's molded around fresh sugarcane skewers and then cooked. It's lovely, served with a dipping sauce, and then and some lettuce that you can kind of take things off of the sugarcane and roll it in the lettuce and then kind of dip it. Really tasty. There's a pork lob, Laab, which is a ground meat that is, again, spiced and served. This is served with kind of these really wonderful puffy rice chips. And so you kind of like take the ground meat and put it on the rice chips. They have a beefsteak, like bulgogi, cheesesteak bulgogi. So bulgogi, if you're familiar, is a Korean, the way the Koreans will barbecue beef. And so what they've done is they've taken those flavors and they've really melded them onto like the idea of like a Philly cheesesteak, and it's really surprisingly tasty. They have
Surprisingly?
well, because you think cheesesteak,
Yeah.
Korean beef,
Yes.
but it works. They have bibimbap on the menu. They have this,
I want to order that just to say that.
I know.
What, bibimbap?
Bimbop.
How do you say it?
Bibimbap.
Bibimbap.
Yeah.
Okay, what's that?
That is also a Korean dish, and what that is again kind of that marinated beef, and then it has a lot of raw veggies, and it's a rice bowl, and it's delicious. I love bibimbap. It's good stuff. And one of my absolute favorites on the menu is this whole fried snapper. You definitely should get that. If you're not, if you've never had fish cooked whole, it's wonderful because the bones and the skin are left intact, and so it really is a wonderful, flaky, moist presentation. And what you do is it's served. When I was in Vietnam, I was served a very similar fish where it's not served on its side, it's served standing up. And so you take your fork / chopsticks and you kind of start from the spine along the back, and you just kind of peel the flesh off, and it's wonderful and it's tender, and that's served with just some rice. It's good stuff. So
the Copper Pig,
Yep.
brand new, 4611 Mackland. The Copper Pig. You know what I made this weekend?
what?
Pot roast.
Ooh, yay, fun. That's
Yeah.
perfect for when the
Fall.
weather is turning.
It was really good. Took about 4 hours.
It should.
Yeah, slow and slow, 4 hours, and it like pulled apart.
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
great.
Did you do carrots and onions?
I did that,
potatoes?
and then I got some baked potatoes and put some baked potatoes on there, and yeah, no,
Nice.
it was
Sounds good.
yeah.
I love that kind of it takes a long time to cook
Well,
style
and the
food.
whole house
Makes the
smells
house smell
great
so
all
great.
day
Yeah.
long. It was really good. And then I made a little blackberry cobbler for dessert.
Look at you.
McGraw.
Booyah!
Aren't you shocked?
No, because I know that McGraw
That's
loves to
right.
cook.
He has it in him.
He
I-
definitely has.
It's just following directions.
Yeah.
It's not. It's just like woodworking.
What
You
was your
follow
soundtrack
directions.
for that?
It was
Because I know how much you love the show too.
It was Glee season 2
yeah,
competition.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right, quickly, what's going on with the magazine?
What's going
Feast
on?
Com.
We have our Schnooks class is tonight. Every month we have these wonderful classes in conjunction with Schnooks at their DePere location. But really, we're launching a brand new. We sent out a newsletter that covers restaurant news. We're adding a new newsletter that's going to be entirely about recipes because so many folks love
Yes.
to cook at home.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So if you go to feastmagazine.com, you can sign up to receive that.
I'm
gonna do that.
And,
Do that right now.
Good.
Yes.
And so, yes, Thanksgiving is next week. If you pick up the latest issue of Feast, we have some fantastic recipe-driven features, one of which is focused on cranberries.
And you're here next Wednesday, right?
I will be, and then I'm going to Florida to see my family
All
for
right.
Thanksgiving.
Porter Steakhouse in Collinsville and the Copper Pig on Mackland. Have a good week.
Thank you.
Feastmagazine.com.
Missouri.